Welcome to the first Sunday of Advent. Advent comes from the Latin word adventus, which means arrival or coming. And it's today that we celebrate the arrival of hope, the coming of the Messiah. And God's people, they had longed and prayed and hoped for hundreds of years for God to come down and to free them, to rescue them. They had lived in bondage and in slavery. They had been exiled from their homeland. And they looked forward to the day in which God would be their king, in which the Messiah would come and put this world to rights. It's important to understand what hope is not. Hope is not optimism. It's not thinking positive and wishing for the best. No, the optimism is hope without a foundation. But our hope has a foundation. Our hope is founded in a real and living God. And so as God's people would read through the book of Daniel and Isaiah and hear about how the Messiah was going to come, they were putting their hope in a real God who is going to do something, who is going to come, arrive, Advent. And I can relate to this waiting for God to do something. When I was in high school, I was in foster care. And I was pretty rebellious. I wasn't used to having a parent rule over me and tell me what to do and what not to do. I was used to taking care of myself. And so I got myself in a lot of trouble during this time. And when I was 18, I did some things that ended up getting me kicked out of foster care. I was pretty rebellious. I didn't want to listen to anybody. And my future at this point looked bleak. It looked hopeless. It looked like I wasn't going to be able to finish high school. It was right before my senior year. I had nowhere to stay, nobody to take me in. My mom couldn't take me in, and my dad would not take me in. And so, as I looked at my future and I didn't know where I was going to stay the next night, was I going to sleep on this person's couch or on this park bench? I remember one night and I was praying as I was skateboarding. And I was really angry with God. I was calling out to him, wondering why he was allowing me to go through this, why he wasn't doing something, doing anything. And all of a sudden I felt moved by the Spirit to lay prostrate on the asphalt. And as I did this, I just started bawling my eyes out, crying before God. And then just this wave of hope overwhelmed me. And I knew that everything was going to be okay. I didn't know how, but I knew that my God was real and living, and I felt His presence. I knew I was in His hands. I put my hope in Him. And within weeks, a family had decided to take me in and be my foster parents for my last year of school. And my hope that I had in God, it came to fruition. And so God's people, they're longing, they're waiting for Him to come and free them. They're waiting for their King to arrive, and He does. And today, so we celebrate the Messiah who came and how we can put our hope in Him. But we also celebrate the fact that we know He is coming again, and how we know that we can put our hope in that. It says in Revelation 21, write these words down because they are faithful and true. They're going to happen. And we can put our hope in a real and living God. And so today, as we light our Advent candle, may we remember the hope that came and the hope that is coming again.